need to find the mass of my fishing lures, and usually that shouldn't be a problem. You need a scale that measures maybe to at least a tenth of a gram or tenth of an ounce, because here the lures are pretty much designated in ounces. I have this small scale that's like a kitchen scale. They don't cost very much. I think this one's like $8, but you can get them usually between $8 and $15. The only thing is, it's not accurate. I put something on it and it weighs it a certain amount, and I put something else on it and it comes out different. And the lighter the object you have, the worse it is. If you put a heavier object on and get up to, maybe 4 or 5 ounces, and then put the lighter object on, you have a better chance of getting an accurate reading. But it just isn't working out. It just doesn't seem consistent at all, disappointingly so, and I just can't get it to be consistent enough. So I am building a balance scale, much that you might use for lab work of yesteryear. I'm used to triple beam balance scales, but this was going to be a counter lever balance scale. So with that, succeed in weighing my lures. Another way of doing this would be to buy a little more expensive scale, but there's no fun in that. So here's the almost finished scale. A stand with a pivot point and a block that slides on the top. I have a little set screw so that I can set it to zero the scale out before I start. I've got a lure over here that I've been working on, and you'll see it eventually, but it's partially done. And what I've done is I'm using coins to balance this off with. I have a little chart right here that shows the mass of the coins, and nickels, dimes, quarters, and pennies all have a set mass that's set by the U.S. Mint, and they're accurate enough for these purposes. For example, a dime is 0.08 ounces, a penny is 0.088, a nickel is 0.176, quite a bit heavier, and a quarter is a little bit more than that at 0.2. So if you take and use any combination of those coins, and I have, a bunch of pennies and dimes and so forth. By the way, the dime is the lightest one. You can balance this off and add them up and hopefully find the mass of this object. Now, I had to put 3 quarters and a nickel on here, and 3 quarters times 0.2 ounces is 0.6 ounces, and a nickel is 0.176. So added up, that's 0.776 ounces, which is just a little over 3/4 of an ounce. I have yet to put lead in here and the hardware and so forth, so I'm sure this will be at least a 1 ounce, if not heavier lure by the time that I'm done. Okay, up closer, there's a pivot point here. And like some lab scales, there's a small weight at the bottom so that it doesn't move wildly. It tends to stabilize it. When you buy a scale like this, it'll have a little adjustable thing. It will slide up and down here. But what I've done is I have some very tiny stainless steel washers that I put on here that help stabilize it. The heavier the object you put on, the more you want to stabilize it. This set screw turns, and this slider moves back and forth in order to level it off before you start. These wires are made so that the center of mass is over the beam. Otherwise, they would kick out if I just put it straight down.